we have with us Ms. Simay, who is an entrepreneur with reputable corporate industrial background and experience in energy industry. She specialized in photovoltaic manufacturing, battery storage for electric vehicles, and renewable energy technologies and the clean energy market development. She is currently the Chief Commercial Officer and co-founder at Innosis. Her past roles include Sales and Marketing Director of Eco Renewable Energy and Marketing, and Business Development Director of Goodwe Turkey, Head of Overseas Marketing at Thales Solar. Welcome, Ms. Akka, to the Global Sustainable Development Summit. Over to you for your session.
Thank you so much for this nice introduction. And I'm very happy to be in this summit that's very valuable and looking forward to outcomes. I would like to address the clean energy technologies and humanitarian technologies in the direction of key trends of energy transition today. This is really an honor for me to present this topic at Global Sustainable Development Summit 2021. As you already had wonderful introduction, and thank you so much for this introduction. I'll just I'll keep it very brief. This is Simay. I'm CCO and co-founder of Innosis, and I'm an IEEE member and senior member and volunteer since 2007. And I serve several volunteer commitments. And I have all my contact details and more information about my background. And if you have more questions to stay in touch, you can visit my website, simayakar.com. I would like to very briefly mention which field I'm working in. So which is relevant to the topic. So I'm a co-founder of Innosis. So the name comes Innovative Sustainable Energy Solutions. So we care sustainable development goals, in particular SDG7, and also we're in lithium-ion battery technologies in energy storage, electric vehicles, and 3C smart applications. And we have the same vision for better future and better greener tomorrow. And I would like to address the outlook for the modern energy access, and which is relevant, very relevant in a direction for SDG7. So we enable minimum level of electricity by providing modern energy access, and we need safer and more sustainable renewable energy resources for everyone. And we need to make productive economic activities sustainable and have access to public resources and public services for everyone, like health and also education. So everybody deserves sustainable energy access, to have access to these resources, and which all human beings need. And there are different electrification options. So we are actually referring on-grid systems, mini-grid systems, and standalone systems. And the needs are different in different parts of the world. And actually, today I would like to also refer more development and key trends in the energy transition. So we're seeing more change in the global electricity generation by source. So renewable energy and renewable-based power generation and resources getting more important every single day. And we're seeing new distribution lines and new transmission lines are expanding. And global electricity network is changing too. And all of them really supporting modern energy access and SDG7. And all these transition, energy transition, gives us the opportunity to create more jobs and reduce the carbon emissions as well. And of course, there are still many challenges in this field. So there are economic difficulties. So that's why we are trying to advance the supply chain and also leverage these technologies better, and also try to lower levelized cost of electricity, make it more affordable for everyone. And there are political challenges, and we're also trying to enable greener future with these policies and try to increase the awareness. And this summit is very important to increase the awareness and also and also give opportunity for decision makers
to bolster the policies and support in this transition. And there are environmental concerns, like especially for the clean energy resources. And we're working hard together to clarify these concerns and make our technologies better. And policies need to support, and we need to collaborate across the world because we only have one world. So like these clean energy technologies and humanitarian technologies, they're very connected to almost all sustainable development goals, but of course in particular in SDG7. And there are so many important deployments and developments in each technologies. And then we have new initiatives and improvements in these fields to make the world better and greener place. So we're also referring some of the innovations. I would like to refer the electric vehicles and the infrastructure to support this area and some digital technologies. And we need to pay attention. Our grid system is changing, and we play a more important role in this transition today. And battery storage systems are really important as well. And to make these renewable resources and clean energy, renewable-based power generation more sustainable, and by supporting hybrid technologies and battery storage technologies. And there are always questions about recycling. And the recycling technologies for the BSS systems is really important. So like it's important for better tomorrow. And the electrification and e-mobility is one of the key in this transition. And every single day we are seeing the increase in the demand, which will help us to make the future better. And still there are some concerns, like infrastructure has a lot of issues across the world. So we need to develop infrastructure, we need to develop battery technologies to also make these e-mobility devices and not just passenger cars, but all e-mobility vehicles just more affordable. And digital technologies also plays a very important role, and we are seeing the need of artificial intelligence in energy storage systems and whole grid connections. So like and these artificial intelligence technologies optimize actually the systems and make it financially more affordable. And it's also important to address the applications and the systems in these technologies, because technology itself plays an important role, but how we apply and how we make it more affordable is also another question. So like we are seeing the increase in the solar car parks, solar cells can be applied in also hybrid or electric vehicles, but here two technologies I would like to address because they are very relevant to our ecosystem, so which is floating solar systems and agricultural PV plants. In the floating solar systems, we are using actually the surface of the water, so there are always like ecological concerns and questions in this technology. But by the outcomes and very successful installations, we have already proven results and outcomes from this technology. So like we are protecting the ecosystem under the applied PV systems. And in the agricultural PV plants, we are using the same land for also photovoltaic PV plants, and we are using the height, the certain height with the same land. And there are also the questions about the agricultural outcomes and products. But there are several certain products, they really have better outcomes when we apply these technologies in the same land. And there are so many benefits of them. And we are seeing actually more hunger across the world, and that is important to protect our agricultural lands as well. And another important topic is digitalization. So like all those technologies, IoT technologies, artificial intelligence, and and blockchain, they're very supportive in this transition. And today we play more important roles. So energy production and consumption behaviors are also changing. So we are today more involved, and actually we are connected to grids, and we play this role as a consumer. So we no longer produce, we no longer consume, we also produce and consume in the same places. And based on these trends, we're seeing more flexibility. So like electrification, decentralization, and digitalization plays a very important role. And we are seeing a real crisis in humanitarian and social crisis in the need for our globe. So like all these clean energy development is helping humanitarian and social impact of the technology. So like it's important to develop and deploy the right technologies and apply in the right places. But new initiatives and new technologies can be also applied and still deployed. So innovation really matter. So like we have so many resources to just like initiate these new technologies and humanitarian projects and collaborate with right NGOs and right companies, having the right stakeholder, and we need to understand the local needs of these humanitarian technologies in order to apply them. And we'll be able to make the world a better place. And thank you so much for listening me. And this is Simay, and I hope I can address your questions if you still have any. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Simay, for that inspiring session. And that was really eye-opening. And thank you so much for joining us today. If you have any questions, we will share it to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for organizing this wonderful event.